All right, you guys. So I want to introduce you guys to a new little segment that I'm going to call Another Fine Addition to My Collection. So, yeah, guys, these are some new additions to my collection. We have the vintage collection here, and we also have a couple of the Hot Wheel vehicles that I was able to find, some of the much needed and wanted Hot Wheels vehicles, including the original concept vehicles. I was able to locate these at Walmart, and then again I was able to pick up the full second wave of the vintage collection figures. So all right, guys, so we're going to get started with looking at the Hot Wheels vehicles, and we're going to start with the snow speeder. So let's go ahead and get a look at the snow speeder, then we'll head on across to the barge, get a look at the original concept vehicles, and then we'll head on over to the vintage carded figures, guys. So let's go ahead and get a look. All right, you guys, and as I mentioned, we're going to get a look at the snow speeder. Very cool. One of my favorite vehicles in all of Star Wars, obviously, because it is in one of my favorite all-time movies of Star Wars, or my favorite all-time movie of Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. So really awesome. Very happy to get this. I've been waiting for this, and it was very hard to find. I want to get more than one, so if I find another one, I most definitely will pick it up. And then getting a look at our AT-AT Walker, or AT-AT, however you want to say it. But there it is. Really cool. Awesome vehicle. I actually passed up on this as well when it first came out in the first wave of these Hot Wheel vehicles. Because I didn't, it's not really in scale with anything. So I passed up on it, but that was before I realized I was going to start collecting these things. So now I've got one for my collection. And then last but not least, we have Jabba's barge. Really cool. This is like the holy grail for the Hot Wheels vehicles. Just really awesome, especially since I will be getting the HasLab 3 1/4 scale version of this in just a few months. So it's really awesome to have the smallest version of this and be getting the largest version soon after. So really cool. All right, you guys, and we're going to get you a look at the Star Wars original concept TIE Fighter. Really cool. Not really, I mean, there are some huge differences actually with the so much chrome or silver on there, and then you have the white and black. So definitely there were some changes made to the official version of this, but basically stayed the same. So I'm going to be keeping these in the package, guys. I think I'm not going to put these out for display, but that may change in the future. But right now, I just really don't have the space to put the concepts on the shelf just yet. All right, you guys, and then getting you a look at the X-Wing fighter concept. Really, really cool, and very, very drastically different than what we actually got, at least in my opinion. The wings are extreme in the X position, as opposed to the type of degree that they actually are in the official version of this. But really cool. I like the color scheme on this as well. Reminds me of the Resistance ships that we're seeing in the new animated series, Star Wars Resistance. So really cool stuff, and nice little pickup, I think. All right, guys, so by far this one is way different than what we actually ended up with in regards to our concepts versus the original or completed version that we got in the original trilogy. But here is your Millennium Falcon, guys, which is not in the oval shape, but in a rectangular shape style. I'd have to say I prefer the version that we actually got versus this, although I'm not totally upset at this particular really cool concept ship. But again, I prefer the version that we actually got versus this. All right, you guys, so now we are going to get a look at our vintage carded figures. So let's go ahead and get a look. We're going to start with our Infant Nest figure. So really cool. Let's get a quick look at it. So again, guys, there is our Infant Nest figure in its carded form. Of course, the cards are not perfect. They're a little bent, but this one's actually going to come off the card. I actually bought one already earlier, so we're going to pull this one off the card. Really cool, and you see the accessories all there, so really cool. And then of course next we have Dr. Aphra, which is really awesome and really cool. Backside of the card, guys, but really cool. And I most definitely will be taking this one off of the card as well, because I did pick up the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive with her and the two droids that you see pictured in the background there. So she will be the open figure right here. So she will be coming off the card, but really cool. And then of course, guys, we have our Han Solo, young Han Solo. Really cool. So very nice to have this guy fully articulated. I was able to pick up two of these, so this one will be coming off the card as well. Really cool. Got his very nice looking pistol there. And we have our fully articulated Solo finally. All right, you guys, and next up we have our Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker figure, so really cool. Very happy to have the articulated version of this guy, complete with his cape. So that's awesome and really cool. All right, guys, and then getting a look at our troopers. Now, I can tell you this guy is actually really heavy in this card, but really happy to finally get an articulated version of this guy. I have about 5 or 6 of these guys in the 3 1/4 size, in the 5 POA version. And then I also have about 5 of these guys in the 6-inch version as well. So glad to at least have one of these in the fully articulated 3 1/4 size. So really cool, and one of my favorite troopers, really, of the new era of troopers, or new versions of troopers that we got under Disney. And then of course, guys, last but never to be least is going to be our Imperial Assault Tank Driver. One of my most wanted figures out of this particular wave. I wanted to pick up more than just the one that I did get, but hopefully I'll be able to find another. I want to get a couple of these guys. I actually have about 3 or 4 of these guys in the 5 POA, but definitely prefer fully articulated versions. So we'll see how many I actually end up with. But really cool, and very happy to have this guy. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. Will you be picking up some of these new additions to the vintage line? So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Are you into the Hot Wheels vehicles like I am? I just started collecting them, and my collection has just grown and grown and grown. As you guys can see. So I have nice new additions to my collection of Revel and Hot Wheels vehicles. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and of course Guide from the Father to the Son to the Obi-Wan Force Ghost. May the Force be with you always.